before we get started, is this bow too much, you think? Carla's shaking her head no. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra, and today I'm gonna be doing a kind of like get to know me video. I feel like a lot of people always message me on Instagram asking questions, and I haven't really done like a proper about me introduction. So I thought that this would be a good way to do so. So I asked you guys over on Instagram to ask me some questions you have. You guys sent in so many, so I'm gonna answer some of the more popular ones in this video, and I hope that it helps you kind of get to know me a little bit more. One of the most common questions I get is, did I go to school for interior design? How did I get into interior decorating? Sorry, Marty's pawing at my drink. The simple answer is I'm not an interior designer. I feel like when people assume that I'm an interior designer, it's kind of missing the mark on what this whole channel is about. So I love decorating. I, have tons of experience in the home decor world, but the whole point of my channel is to show you guys at home like simple changes you can make to your space to make it look beautiful. The whole point is like, if I can do it, you guys can do it at home, and you don't need to be an interior decorator to make your space feel beautiful. So I really wanted to do creative writing. I loved photojournalism, photography. So I decided to go to UFT for journalism. With this joint program, you were required to do an internship. And so I actually applied to Chatelaine to be in their art department. So like designing, spreads and magazines. Near the end of my internship, they offered me a contract position because someone was leaving the art department, and it was kind of like a techie role. Like I just needed to organize files and stuff. Like it wasn't designing or anything. And then one day, this woman, she was on the digital side. She was like, do you want to take over the home section of the website of Chatelaine, like the home decor section? And at the time, there was a home director she was amazing and incredible and was an interior designer by trade, and I learned so much from her. So all of a sudden, I kind of went from this like art contract position that wasn't really defined to assisting the home director. I'm getting like goosebumps. It kind of really combined everything that I'd always loved to do. I got to write, I got to be on set for photo shoots, so I got to like see how a photo was composed. I got to come up with ideas for stories. About I would say 5 months after kind of moving into this digital home decor role, everything changed at the magazine. So a lot of people were let go, the editor-in-chiefs switched. The one that took over said to me like I have a position for you if you want to stay, because a lot of people were totally let go. And so she kind of said to me like, if you don't take this position, like there's not really a place for you. I went back to her and I was like, but I want to keep doing what I'm doing. And she's like, we really don't have a position here for you. That position doesn't exist anymore. She's like, so if you want a foot in the door, like I'd really recommend you take this role. So I ended up taking the job, and at the same time still assisting the home director. So I kind of kept like my foot in both areas. About, I would say 8 or 9 months after doing the admin position, the editorial coordinator, the home director left Chatelaine. The editor-in-chief said to me, there's no one doing the home director's role, and you've really proven that you can do the home stuff. Would you like to even say it? I'm just like, what? Do you want to take over the home section? And I remember just being like, sorry? What? When I worked at Chatelaine in the home section, I really was struck with how much the interior design industry is very kind of aspirational. I didn't feel like there was a lot of magazines or resources for people who were my age in their 20s who are renting or maybe buying their first home if they don't live in Toronto. There wasn't a lot of decor and design advice for people who were young and broke and didn't want to spend 15 grand on a simple kitchen renovation. So that's kind of how the Home Primp and my channel started, was delivering easy, attainable, but also inspirational videos for you guys at home to help you decorate your spaces. I never thought I'd be in home decor, ever. Though I was that kid who weirdly changed up their room at all times and was always dreaming of ways to update my space. I was just a weird kid. I cleaned my bedroom constantly and organized stuff. Not much has changed. And then at Chatelaine, being the home editor, I was really immersed in decor and products and photo shoots and learning how to style things and learning how to make a photo look good. And so now, literally my job kind of combines like everything. It combines writing and knowing how to write a good headline and knowing how to create a good thumbnail. Like it all has led to kind of this point in time, which sounds very dramatic, but there's really no way else of putting it. Marty, we all know you're here. He's yelling at you. The second question I get asked a lot, like following up, how do I get into interior design? This is a tough question to answer because I didn't go to interior design school. I think my biggest piece of advice would be to buy tons of magazines, read all of the home decor articles. Like literally for 4 years at Chatelaine, all I did every single day, because it was my job, was read other home decor websites like Apartment Therapy, Domino, and I was constantly like looking at product from different retailers, and I was just like immersed myself in that world. Literally I would come home and I would like Google stuff and I would be on Pinterest, and I bought so many magazines and flipped through them. So I think if you are interested in interior design or decor, it's just like immerse yourself in it, and suddenly you're like, oh, I'm actually an expert in this, even though I didn't go to school for it, because I've just surrounded myself with this topic like so much. I think also if you're talking specifically about your own room, what I really love to do is actually drag a bunch of products that I love into Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, there's like tons of free programs I think on the web that you can use. And I just see how like colors work together. I look at a picture on Pinterest that I'm really drawn to of a bedroom or living room or whatever room, and I try to look for the similar products in that space. When you start pinning things and saving pictures on your phone, and I tag like pages in magazines all the time, when you go back, you'll start to see a common thread. And it's funny because the other day I was thinking like, what is my design style? Like, I don't even know. I probably shouldn't say that, but sometimes I'm like, what is my style? Carla just said my style is pom-poms and tassels. Yeah, basically. But I think what I've learned is that design and decor should be fun. That really is like the whole kind of point behind my channel, is that it shouldn't be this thing that is so serious and that is so like, you must pair black with this and this fabric with this. What I found is like just throwing together all the things that you love and that you're drawn to makes your space look so fun and like you, really. Sorry, but like this one's really fun. How did you meet your cats? So Harriet, bless Harriet, I got her, she's 17. No, she's not 17, she's 15. I got her when I was like 12? She was in a litter of maybe like 7 or 8 cats, and I was like, I want her. My mom was like, no, I don't know. Like my mom didn't want cats. My sister and I like cleaned our room, we like vacuumed the house because we thought that doing chores around the house would like help prove that we were responsible. And the next day, my dad took us to go buy a cat. She was the only one left. Oh my God, it brings tears to my eyes. She was the only one left, and I was like, this is fate. That's how Harriet came into my life. And then Marty came into my life when I met my partner, Andrew. He adopted Marty shortly after we started dating. So he's not technically my cat, but like kind of is. We don't actually know how old he is because he was at the Humane Society and no one knew where he came from. Sounds like about right, because he's a weirdo for sure. Marty loves Harriet, adores her. She can't stand him. How did you start building your own business? I really like this question because I wake up every day thinking, how? Honestly, the only advice that I have, really like what resonates with me, and I know it sounds super like cheesy and simple and whatever, but you just have to do it. Like you just do it. Whenever I've had any doubt in my mind, which happens all the time, like I've called my good friend Jenny, who is also one of my managers. I have had so many phone conversations with her where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't think I should be doing this. What am I doing? And then the next day, something is emailed to me that's like a great opportunity or a brand deal. And I just keep going. Like, I think you just have to wake up every day and just do it. The day I applied for my business license made it feel like very real. Aw, you seem so amazingly motivated. How do you do it? That's so nice. I am really motivated. I don't know how I do it, but I mean, I have anxiety. I have an anxiety disorder. And that like low-key motivates me to, overachieve. Are you constantly on the lookout for items and pieces for yourself in your next project? Yes. Actually, someone the other day said to me, what's a weird hobby you have? And I was like, oh, I buy rugs. Like, switch up my space constantly. That's another tip for like, if you want to get into interior design, it's just start playing with things and, you know, seeing how things feel and how things work. And then you kind of just develop like a style, I guess, and develop a way of like styling things and setting things up. This person just wrote IKEA hacks. We all love those. What color lipstick do you wear? Actually, this is a question that I get all the time and should probably answer. Because there was a while there when the haters were hating on the lipstick, and then suddenly I changed lipsticks to this one specific one. It's been uphill from there, so let me just go get it. Hold on. It's MAC, and it's called D for Danger. I'm just gonna read it the whole thing. 630 D for Danger A68 Matte. Aw, that's so cute. What's your favorite type of holiday? I love camping. I'm so like at peace when I'm in nature, and I love it. What would you do if you had a completely different job? That's so tough. I love what I'm doing now. Like I literally can't imagine doing anything else. But I guess if I was not doing this, I would want to be a full-time novel writer. Yeah, I would want to write novels all day. How did you get into the Toronto media industry? I feel like I kind of answered this, but I would highly recommend taking people out for coffee, literally Instagram stalking editors, taking them out for coffee, doing an internship, anything that just gives you hands-on experience that gets your foot in the door is really like where it's at. And it's kind of like perfect timing. You know, when the time's right, it just, everything works out. And I think it's helpful to know that like I started in like the art department at Chatelaine, literally having zero design experience, and then ended up in a totally different department. So it's just like being flexible and doing those jobs, like editorial coordinator that you don't want to do just to get your foot in the door. Oh, not a question, but I love your videos. I can't wait until Fridays. Where did you learn your art? How'd you get in the industry? What was your first job? A bus girl. So I was like cleaning tables at a restaurant in Toronto when I was 16. What's the biggest misconception about your job? Definitely 100% being a YouTuber. I think the misconception is like how busy I am and how much of a job this is. Because people only see like a very perfect edited down 8-minute video, but like so much goes into it. A day of shooting, calling in all the product, getting the product delivered, hoisting it like up and down stairs, even just like designing a room. So going to scout the room, measuring everything, picking the product, making revisions, and then also just the business side of it. So posting on social media regularly, keeping track of my expenses, invoicing companies. Like I write for a lot of magazines. You know, I also do buyer DIY, like just all of these little things that people don't realize. So yes, my job is the best in the world because I get to wake up, I get to make my own schedule, but it also kind of means that I never really stop working. Like there's no real structure to my life right now, which I'm totally okay with. But yeah, I think that's the biggest misconception is that my job isn't hard. So that concludes all of the questions. Thank you so much for asking all of these questions. And also, like, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching these videos. You guys make it so that I get to wake up every day and shoot with Carla, and literally every time Carla comes over to shoot a video, it's like, it's like the best day. It's the best day. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing and liking and commenting and messaging. I will see you guys next week. Goodbye. I love you so much. I love you so much. She's 15. 2 siblings. Kiss each other.